name is Kara Brown, and I'm here with Herald Media, and today we're going to be talking to Rachel Grove about her piece on birds at PHC. Kyle, tell us a little bit about what's been happening at PHC this week.
Absolutely. Our first major story is the student body presidential election, in which Esther Katz and Josh Trapaccioni defeated Olivia Bowers and Kara Brown by a margin of 61 votes. The win comes amidst allegations that HSLDA colluded with the Katz-Trapaccioni campaign. Its attorneys supposedly prevented PHC students from accessing their designated polling places. But Bowers and Brown won't be pressing charges. They're still too busy recovering from the devastating loss. A loss that's really on par with Walter Mondale's crushing defeat to Ronald Reagan in 1984, or with getting swept in the NBA playoffs, or what happened to the PHC baseball team. Can I get confirmation that we have a baseball team? Is this a thing? Folks, I'm getting confirmation that PHC does in fact have a baseball team, and it lost both of its first games by double-digit runs. The highlight of the games came when Colin Turner stole home plate from under the opposing team's noses. This has to be the most embarrassing thing that's happened to that opposing school in its history.
In things that PHC is actually good at, mock trial, the A team left for Minneapolis this week to compete in the national championship, looking at their 12th... Sorry, what? Oh, mock trial. They will be looking at their first national championship title. Speaking of PHC students pretending to be adults, Eden Troop's production of The Importance of Being Earnest runs this weekend. We hope that the incredible amount of geese droppings lining the sidewalk outside Town Hall doesn't dampen turnout. In other birds, journalist and birdwatcher Rachel Grove will be telling us about her article on the birds of PHC. So tell me a little bit about your piece. What's it about?
It goes into a couple anecdotes about the geese because everyone has had some experience with the geese. A lot of people don't take the time to appreciate the amazing creation that are birds. We just go to classes and we don't take the time to look up in the trees or look up and try to find the bird that's singing as we walk to class. And I think it's definitely a good thing to take the time to stop and appreciate the small little creature that is, making a very beautiful noise.
So you're a bird watcher yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about that. How did that start? How did you get into it?
Well, I've always been a fan of birds. I used to have parakeets and cockatiels when I was younger, and I've always wanted a bird, so my parents got me one, and I really enjoyed watching birds as a kid. Hummingbirds around our house, and I just always noticed birds. I was the kid that would see the bird flying overhead and I'd be like, oh, that's this bird. And everyone else would be like, okay, it's a bird. But yeah, so coming here, it's been really nice to see all these really pretty songbirds that I don't get back home.
What birds have you noticed that are specific to this area?
Specific to this area, we are cardinals. We don't really get cardinals out there, and the robins. We don't have robins either, and all the different blue jays and bluebirds. Yeah, we don't have geese either.
What are your thoughts about the geese, right? So everyone says that they hate them, everyone says that they're terrible, but what do you think?
Personally, I don't find the geese super annoying. Sure, they get a little noisy, a little messy, but I've grown up with chickens my entire life, and it's kind of the same thing. They're a little bit smaller, a little less evil, a little less concentrated anger.
So you mentioned some anecdotes in your story. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the stories that you've heard?
All right. Well, I can't really mention any names with this one, but a certain PHC student one morning at 5:30 in the morning decided they needed to get some anger out. They're going through some rough things and just need to de-stress. So they took their bow staff and went to go hunt down some geese by Lake Bob. Went on a little chase around Lake Bob with the geese and didn't get any, but definitely got out some of that anger.
This has been Kara Brown and
Kyle Zimnick.
And this is Herald Media.